Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Jack makes amends with Lie and Finn asks Poppy if he's Luna's father. Wednesday, January 29, 2025. Today on The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna shares her gut feeling with Bill, Jack and Lee talk, and Finn demands answers as his backstory with Poppy is revealed. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. In Lie's office, Finn paces and then sits down on the sofa. He flashes to Lie saying his relationship with Poppy was special and questioning who Luna's father is. After doing some more pacing, Finn perches on the desk and picks up his phone. He calls Poppy, who is at a coffee shop. She looks nervous about his call and asks what's going on. He wants her to come to his office. She asks if everything is okay. He's not sure and needs to see her right away. After disconnecting, Finn looks through photos on his phone and stops at one of Luna, narrowing his eyes. At Bill's place, he and Luna discuss her ankle monitor. She doesn't mind wearing it and is grateful he got her out. He reminds her this is their secret. She says secrets are something the Nozowas are good at. She rehashes how chaotic her childhood was. They were always moving around, and her mother had her drugs and men. She felt her life was completely consumed by Poppy's. Bill says that's no way to live. Luna recalls having to take care of her hungover mother, who always said they only needed the two of them. She named her Luna because she loved her to the moon and back. But how can that be true when she won't tell her who her father is? Talk turns to Bill's dad. He says he wouldn't be the man he was today if not for his experiences with him. Luna tells him that Poppy's Nozowa power is now meaningless. All it represents is secrets and lies. At Il Giardino, Deacon checks in on Jack, who is expecting someone. Suddenly, Lee appears. Jack thanks her for coming. She tells him they have a lot to talk about. Lie admits she hasn't wanted to see him for a long time. It was too painful. Jack nods. I know. What happened with Sheila? Lee stops him. She doesn't want to talk about it. Jack is sorry for the pain he caused her. I did love you, Lie. I still do. Lee says he has a funny way of showing it. Jack will keep saying he's sorry until she believes him and forgives him. Lee's not sure that day will ever come, but right now, she's the one who needs to apologize for thinking all those years that he could be Luna's father. In his office, Finn looks up Luna and her crimes online. Poppy knocks and comes in. She asks, is something wrong? Finn isn't sure and puts the question back to her. Poppy admits things have been difficult. Finn saw his mother and he knows about the paternity test. Tom Sturr wasn't Luna's father. He recaps that his mother ran paternity tests on Tom and Jack, and neither of them are Luna's dad. Poppy knows she had a front row seat for all of it. It was awful and intense. Finn's sorry for how his mom handled it all. He hates the way she's treated Poppy. His aunt says it does explain how cold she's been to her over the years. Finn hopes they can fix their relationship. Poppy tells her nephew he doesn't have to worry about her. He has a full life with his career, wife, and family. Finn reflects that the moments with your kids, you can't get them back. To miss out on those would be devastating. He asks, aren't you curious? She asks, about what? He replies, who Luna's father is. He asks why she sent back Tom's letters. Poppy says they were fine on their own. Finn argues that not knowing who her father was clearly had an impact on Luna. It may have led her down the road to killing two men. His wife was kidnapped and could have been killed. Poppy knows and is really sorry that Luna targeted Steffi. She cries, I can't even imagine how you're feeling about her. Finn tells Poppy that she needs to be honest with him. Did she keep Tom's letters from Luna because she didn't want him to be her father, or because she knew he wasn't? Poppy wants to know why he's asking these questions. Finn levels, Il Giardino. Deacon serves Lie and Jack food and tells them he thinks Finn would be happy to see the two of them together. He walks off and Jack muses. He's not wrong. He's sure their son would like to see them get along. Lie smiles. We do have an amazing son. They agree that they'll never let anyone take away his happiness. Jack tells Lie he's grateful for the blessing she sees in Finn. She tells him he's her son in every sense of the word. Jack takes her hand and addresses the pain she must have felt over his affair and thinking he was Luna's father. Lie nods. At Bill's place, Luna tells him she takes full responsibility for her actions. Bill says she can still resent what led to her actions. Luna thinks she deserves to know the truth. She feels it in her gut that Tom is not her father. After all these years, and I'm still searching for who my father really is. In Finn's office, he tells Poppy he needs answers. Back when you came to stay with us, Poppy snaps, that was a long time ago. Finn recalls that he came home one night and went out the window onto the roof to think. Someone else was there. Poppy recalls that they talked until the sun came up and watched the fog lift like it was magic. She'd never been able to talk like that with anyone. Finn knew who she was, but she wasn't around a lot growing up. Poppy muses that she was gone as soon as she had her driver's license. She was a free spirit, but she went from town to town, looking for a connection, a place to belong. Most of the time I was just lonely. Finn thinks that's why she came to stay with them. How many hours did we spend on the roof? Poppy replies, a lot. That place was theirs, to laugh, confide in one another, and love. One night we couldn't help ourselves, and we went into your room. Finn nods, you were my first, and it was an incredible connection. There was nothing wrong with it. I'm adopted and was of age. In retrospect, over the years, he's realized how wrong that was, but she changed his life. Poppy says, you changed mine. Finn says that's his concern. What exactly did he do to impact her life? Poppy reminds him they agreed not to speak of this. Finn has a terrible feeling. When you told me you were pregnant, you swore it couldn't be mine, but then you were gone. Turning stern, Finn demands, you need to tell me. You need to tell me the truth. If there is any chance at all that Luna could be my daughter, you need to give it to me straight, Poppy. The truth. Am I Luna's father? It had been a long, slow walk back to Lie's apartment, with the kind of heavy silence that only the aftermath of betrayal could create. Jack's feet dragged on the cracked pavement, his mind clouded by guilt, regret, and the unmistakable weight of his own choices. He knew he had to fix things, but the question was, how? The door to Lie's apartment was ajar, just like it had been the last time Jack had been here. That time had been different. He had been here with promises, with laughter, with a sense of certainty about their friendship. Now, there was only emptiness. The familiar smell of incense and jasmine, which once filled the room with warmth, felt cold and distant. Jack stepped inside, hesitating for a moment when he saw Lie sitting cross-legged on the floor, staring at nothing in particular. Lie's usually sharp eyes were dull, the glint of anger replaced by something quieter, sadder. Jack cleared his throat, and the sound felt too loud in the quiet room. Lie, he started, but his voice faltered. Lie didn't look up. He didn't need to. I thought you were different, Lie said, his voice low and almost inaudible. I trusted you, Jack, and you broke that trust. For what? A moment of weakness? Jack winced, the words like daggers piercing through the barrier he'd built around himself. I didn't mean for it to happen like that, he said, the sincerity in his tone finally breaking through the wall he had erected to protect himself. I didn't know what I was doing. Lie slowly turned his head, his eyes sharp and accusing. You never know what you're doing, Jack. You never stop to think about the consequences of your actions. You just move through life as if everything could be fixed with an apology. The sting of truth in Lie's words made Jack swallow hard. He had been running for so long, avoiding the tough conversations, the real emotions. But this time, it wasn't going to be enough to offer another half-hearted apology. This time, he had to show Lie that he understood the gravity of what he'd done. I'm sorry, Lie, for everything, Jack said, his voice shaking with the weight of his regret. For not seeing how much you mean to me, for making you feel like you weren't important. You are important. You always were, and I'm willing to prove it.